What's up, y'all? Our story is about a VR pilot named JoeSneaker.
I've been a flight sim enthusiast for a long time.
He's been a flight sim enthusiast for a long time. For years, Microsoft Flight Simulator was his go-to. It was the one to beat. But here's the thing. In 2020, he bought a new computer to run Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020.
My PC is not the latest and it's not the greatest.
It was classified as a gaming PC at the time. However, when he tried to make the jump into VR, his perfect setup started falling apart. Microsoft Flight Simulator, version MSFS 2020, had beautiful satellite imagery. Though it was great in 2D, the game was so taxing on the video card that the VR version was barely playable on Joe's system. It suffered from screen door graphics and poor frame rates. In addition, MSFS 2020 was plagued with constant mandatory updates which had to be installed before the game would continue to run.
I remember one Christmas morning, I was so hyped.
On Christmas morning, 2020, he was so hyped to use a new flight controller, the Honeycomb Throttle Quadrant. He loaded up MSFS 2020, but a mandatory 100 gigabyte update hit right at midnight Christmas Eve.
I spent my whole Christmas morning.
JoeSneaker and thousands of users spent their whole Christmas morning watching a download bar crawl across the screen, while the servers struggled to keep up with demand. Between the blurry VR visuals and the forced updates, he realized that he was spending more time loading the game than actually flying it.
My fallback sim program was X-Plane. I even tried X-Plane 12.
He plays X-Plane 11 because of its VR performance and that industry-standard realism and physics. X-Plane 12 suffered in VR performance, and it gave him a hard time with the ATC bugs and his problems programming the flight computers on the airliners.
I had real problems programming the flight computer.
As someone who isn't a real-world pilot, he found the flight management computer overwhelming for a hobbyist. So X-Plane 11 wins because it is easier on his graphics card and more predictable, even if the graphics weren't as pretty as Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. Recently, JoeSneaker found a middle ground solution.
If you go into VR like I do,
AeroFly FS4. This was the game changer for his VR experience. Why it worked? Insane loading speeds. While MSFS used to take ages, AeroFly gets you in the air in under 2 minutes. The best of both worlds. Performance. It has the beautiful, crisp graphics that rival Microsoft, but it actually performs well on a mid-range system. VR optimization. It works flawlessly with PC controllers and has better VR frame rates and less stuttering issues than MS 2020. The success here isn't just about better graphics, it's about the feeling. In AeroFly, the jumbo jets actually feel heavy and the fighter jets feel smooth as silk. There is no weather or ATC, which allows for more memory for graphics performance. He finally actually ended up deleting Microsoft Flight Simulator entirely to save space on the hard drive. Now when he has 30 minutes to fly, he can be actually flying for 28 of those minutes. If you've got a system that's a few years old like mine and you want a smooth VR experience, this is the sweet spot. At the end of the day, your favorite sim is the one you play the most, and for JoeSneaker, that's AeroFly. Go out there, have fun with it, and we'll see you in the skies.